How the heck are you? Welcome to the show. If we haven't met yet, I'm John Spencer Ellis, and I appreciate you watching. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to talk about taking your passion and finding your purpose for that passion and then turning it into profit. Yes, you can do this. Now, the funny thing is, hey, Amy, thank you for joining us. The funny thing is that a lot of people believe that what they're passionate about can't be monetized. They have this preconceived notion that, something that they're passionate about, they don't know how to make money with it, but they love doing it. But then they would do it every day if they could. Hey, John and Matt, thank you for joining. So here's what I want you to think about. Whatever you love to do, however you like to serve, whatever people you want to help, there is a way for you to generate a strong income while you serve your purpose and live every day of your passion. A lot of times they're super passionate about something, but then they go to a job that is completely unfulfilling. And that's not very inspiring. It doesn't make you want to get up. And so think about it like this. Hey, Juan, how are you, sir? If you are super passionate about something, but you're denying yourself the ability to experience that every day, you're also denying people who can learn from you the opportunity as well, because you have a gift. Here, I'm going to give some specific examples to show you the truth of all this. But a lot of times people think that, well, that's for someone else, or I don't know how to do it, or whatever. So basically what I'm going to talk about, and I have a program coming out, full transparency, in about 2 weeks, Online Expert Empire. It will show you how to take your passion and find your purpose and then profit with it from beginning to end. Like if you're brand new on the internet, or if you are an employee or whatever, and you want to learn, and basically the goal is to get your first $100,000 online in 6 months. That's the goal. Hey, John, I'm glad you like that. So I want to do this. So I'll give you, hey, Gary, I'll give you an example. Juan, you are on here. Hopefully you're still on here, but so he is a karate master. So, and he works with tremendous people in the karate industry and sport competition, point sparring for karate. And I don't know if it's kumite or other forms, but anyway, he's really, really good at karate. And so he could take that passion and build his online brand, build his presence, and then create online educational courses, information products, even the speaking seminar workshop tour. But it all has to start online, because think about it, even if you're going to go to an event, a concert, a seminar, a workshop, a retreat, kumbaya, if you're going to go sing kumbaya around the campfire, you probably still learned about it on the internet. And those people are in the expert space that offer these different things. You have to create your online presence. And so, but a lot of people say, I don't know what to do, and I don't know how to get started, and there's so many moving parts, and people don't know about me. Or here's the other thing that people, this is really crazy, but true. A lot of times people say, there's nothing special about what I do. I've been doing this for years, and I don't think it's special, but I guarantee you that you have skills that other people have no idea how to do it. They have no concept, but they're fascinated that you know how to do it. And there are people who want you to teach them, and they will pay you good money to learn what you know in your area of expertise. So a minute ago, I gave the example of Juan, who's a karate master, highly respected in the karate industry. And he does tournaments and he coaches world-class athletes, national level competitors in karate, but he could also build this online presence, and he could do workshops, seminars, video downloads, online coaching using Zoom video. He could work with people on Skype. He could consult other karate school owners on how to create a winning karate team. But it all starts with an online presence and creating your online expert empire and allowing yourself to step into your brilliance, because you have brilliance. You have skills and abilities that other people don't have, but you forget that because you do it every day. But I know that you have skills and abilities. I'm going to give you some examples of things you might think, if this is so obscure, how could this possibly happen? Let's just say you like fly fishing. I've done a lot of fishing in the past. I personally know very little about fly fishing, other than it is an art and a science, and it looks like a lot of fun, but the water's probably very cold. that you have to stand in. So with fly fishing, there are, I bet if you looked on Facebook, don't do it now because I want you to stay here, but there's probably, I don't know, 1 million people in groups and fan pages and stuff, whatever, that, and there's magazines that love fly fishing. So you know where those people are. And maybe you take 3 or 4 or 5 different workshops related to fly fishing, how to tie your flies, how to make your own flies, the best locations. Maybe you could be a fly fishing tour guide. You could do educational videos online after you gain an additional knowledge. You could sell the flies. You could sell the rod and the reel because it's very specialized, right? You could work and gain sponsorship through your blog. You could blog about fly fishing and get advertisers and then do rev share. You could do a YouTube channel about fly fishing and do the ad revenue with YouTube, which is technically Google. And it's about 50-50 or 60-40, depending. But there's some people who just on ad revenue from their YouTube channels are making $1 million a year. Some people are making $1 million a month. Yes, that's an extreme. Yes, it's the exception to the rule. Yes, it's true. But let's just say you made $2,000 a month in ad revenue. Would that be helpful? Yes or no? Of course it would. $2,000 a month, that's $24,000 a year. That's half of the average household income in the United States, roughly, a little less. But that's just one example. That's with fly fishing. But how do you do this? So you have to, start the structure of the company right, which doesn't cost much, a couple $100 to start the company. You have to get your banking account right. Sometimes you need liability insurance. Sometimes it's not necessary. You may need to get a business license. Oftentimes it's not necessary. You need to have a website. You need to have a place to offer your programs, products, and services. You may do some things offline and online, but there's all these different ways to monetize your expertise or your passion. And sometimes your expertise is related to your passion. Let's just say that you are a yoga person. All right. So we just did fly fishing. Now you're a yoga person. Now let's specialize in pre and postnatal yoga. Okay, perfect. So now you can do online coaching. You can do seminars, workshops. You can do local retreats. You might do yoga for pre and postnatal in the park in your community, but then other people see that. You make videos of it online. You put it on YouTube, and now you can do online coaching through other platforms that allow you to syndicate your pre and postnatal yoga classes. You can do them live where people can pay you live to be a part of your class, or you can sell them as a bundle, as a replay. You can do all that as well. So if yoga is your passion, you can do that. I know that a lot of people are interested in homeschooling their kids. Why? Because a lot of our school system's screwed up. But in addition to that, there's a tremendous opportunity for you to customize your learning experience for your kids. But there are millions and millions and millions of people who homeschool their kids here and abroad. And because of that, they need curriculum. They need materials. And so whatever you're passionate about, I guarantee you there's a way you could structure a program that would be appropriate for different age brackets for homeschooling kids, like elementary, pre-K, junior high, high school, whatever it is. There's different segmentations of that. Some just for boys, some just for girls. So whatever your expertise is, your passion, you can create a program for homeschooling and then sell it to the parents who homeschool their kids, or you can sell it through the different homeschooling associations and do some sort of revenue share or collaboration or webinar event with them to show your materials to the moms and dads who want to homeschool their kids. So what is your passion? And your purpose is to make a difference in other people's lives, and then you profit. You have a passion, you find your purpose, and you profit. It's that simple. But a lot of people will say, well, that's not for me, or I don't know how, or I'm afraid, or I'm averse to technology. Ooh, the internet's evil, right? I'm kidding. So much opportunity, you guys. So much. Tony, you just said yes. I know you're going to be doing some stuff with homeschooling for your niche. I'm not going to talk about that right now. That didn't make any sense. Kimbrough Kendall, how are you? I haven't talked to you for a while, but I see a lot of new stuff you're doing with images of home and design and stuff like that. It seems like you're super passionate about that now. I know you have a strong fitness background as well. What can you do related to home and design and art? And I saw some beautiful kitchens. I wasn't sure if you were designing them, or you're doing real estate or interior design or art. I'm not sure what you're doing with that, but I see that passion change towards design. Correct me if I'm wrong, but the photography you're using is beautiful as well. Can you turn that into a career? Yes, of course you can. You could do photography for interior designers. You could do photography for artists. You could do a blog for a certain type of home designer architectures or kitchens, and then you can get advertisers, and then you can market to them via email, and you can create a group on Facebook, and you could advertise other people's programs, products, and services through the community that you grow, and then do a revenue share with them. But this all starts with creating your presence online, your brand, your expertise, establishing yourself as a world-class expert. And by the way, a lot of people will say, well, maybe I'm not a world-class expert yet. Well, technically, and I've said this before in another video, to be an expert witness in a courtroom, as an example, from a technical perspective, you can be a certified witness and all this kind of stuff. There's different hoops you can jump through. But if you know more than everyone else in the courtroom, you're an expert. And so you don't, if a courtroom has 20 people and you know more than 20 people, you're the expert. Look, think about it like this. If you got a certification in personal training, you're an expert compared to people who don't have a certification in personal training. Obviously, if someone has 20 certifications and 20 years experience, they're gonna be more of an expert, but most people won't be able to differentiate that at first blush. So that part doesn't matter quite as much. But if you read 10 books on a topic, like I want to learn about mindset, and you read the top 10 books in the world on mindset, you know more than 99% of the people in the world on mindset. Technically, you're an expert. Now, how do you take that expertise and build a brand and grow it and monetize it, serve people, add value, and live the lifestyle you want? So that's the kind of stuff that I'm teaching actually completely in my brand new program, Online Expert Empire. I'm gonna tell you about this just for like 10 seconds, and I'll go back to these examples. So this is like my opus of a program I've ever created. There's literally gonna be like 40 hours of training, 40 hours. And it's over video, marketing, branding, sales, product launch, product creation, online course creation, photo shoots, social media, Facebook Live training, how to communicate with the media, search engine optimization, building your blog out, using free software to help grow your business, how to outsource different programs, products, and services to people so you can leverage your time. All these different things are going to be taught to you, and much, much more as well. But that's coming out very soon, Online Expert Empire. Click over to my website and just get the free gift now, and you'll be on the early notification list. And the link's there somewhere. I think it's above the video here. All right, so back to the example. Let's just say, someone give me an example of an obscure thing, and I'll show you how you can make money with it online as an expert. Like, what's your crazy, Gary, are you still there? Tony, Kimbro, tell me, or Cindy, tell me what, Walid, yes, Avi, I'm excited about this program too. I've been working super, super hard on this. In fact, I'm recording 5 more hours for it today with top experts. I'm going to be interviewing one person who's 16 years old, is a millionaire, already wrote 9 books, and he's going to share his strategies with you, how he became a global superstar at age 15. And if he can do it, you can do it. Success leaves clues, right? So let me just go and say this real quick. There's never, men's psychology. Think, Gary. Okay, good. I'm going to get there in just a second. You're never too early or too late. What do they say? The best time to plant a tree was 10 years ago, and the next best time is today. Something like that. Am I goofing that up? Anyway, it's never too late. You just got to go. And if you hustle and you do it right and you follow my instructions, I'm telling you, you can make your first $100,000 online in 6 months. Will everyone do that? No, because not everyone listens, not everyone follows instructions, and some people will give a half-ass effort. That's a shame, and it's the truth. But the people who follow the instructions and believe in the process and do the work. A lot of times people want to do the work, but they don't know how. I'm teaching you how, but you still have to do the work. I can't do it all for you, but man, I'm going to do a lot for you as far as like cutting out all the nonsense and the BS and the confusion and the missed opportunities. I've made the mistakes. I don't want to make any more. Hopefully I don't, but I tell you what, I've learned so much from all those mistakes that I've made in the past that I now pass that working knowledge onto you to shortcut your path to success, to compress time and to bring the finish line closer to you so you can get what you want now, so you can turn your passion into a purposeful life and make a lot of money with a profit. Yes, okay. Kimbro, what 15? Amazing. What does that mean? 15. Tell me what you're doing now, Kimbro, because I want to see. We're going to talk about how we can turn that into a viable online career. So Gary Drum, great name, by the way. He wants to know how, with men's psychology, how can he create an online business as an expert with men's psychology? So Gary, I don't know if you're like a MFCC, MFT, PsyD, PhD. I don't know. It's like ABC, elemental P, alphabet soup, right? So I don't know what legal or licensure constraints you're under, but you can still. Here's the thing too, because I just worked with someone else who's a neurobiologist, and they said, well, I have all these different things I have to do because of HIPAA compliancy and all this different stuff with medical necessities and privacy acts. You can use your skills as a psychologist or as a family therapist. Another person was a social worker. Another person I worked with was a nurse practitioner. And they said, I have to be careful of these rules and these regulations because I don't want to get in trouble or do something affect my licensure. You don't, you're just a guy who's interested in the topic, maybe more men's coaching. Okay, got it. Okay. So, you're a realtor with Remax. All right, I'll get that, Kimbro, and I'll show you how to do this. Let me go back here just one second. I want to make sure I'm not missing anything here. So men's psychology or men's coaching. You need to narrow it down. So maybe it's like men's psychology of success, or men who are married that lost themselves. Like a lot of times moms lose themselves because they give so much to the kids and so the family, the mom loses her identity. I think the man can experience that same thing. And that's just one idea. But then you go deep down that rabbit hole. Or there's other organizations out there, a lot of men's programs, personal development programs and organizations for men who need men to talk to about dude stuff. And then they have live events, and then they have software related to it. And then they have workshops and high-level coaching and mentorship and books. There's a lot of ways to monetize this. And we go over all that stuff, you guys, all of it in this program. That's the crazy part. Like the Online Expert Empire teaches you how to do all of this stuff. So Gary, what I would do if you don't have licensure in psychology, I would say it's more like men, like the psychology of success for men, something like that, and then narrow it down for like millennial men, married men, single men, divorced men. But you got to narrow it down so they have a commonality, and so they can all bond over that one thing, right? And that's why things that people do with their religious organizations work well, because one of their greatest value systems is in sync. And that's why they feel a sense of community, because the one thing that they feel is most important to them in their life, everyone pretty much agrees on that in that group. And that's why it's easy to do things that are faith-based as well, if that's your flavor. Okay, so let me just go here real quick. Kimbro, so you're a realtor with Remax. That's a good company. So what I notice, Kimbro, is what a lot of realtors are doing wrong. It just blows my mind. First of all, they have an Instagram account that has nothing to do with real estate. It's pictures of their kids, which is fine. I mean, you got to do that. It's family. You do have to humanize it. I get it. But they're like bikini pictures and just stuff that it's so funny. Your company is called Integrity, which is awesome. These people seem to have lack of integrity with some of the stuff that they're posting on social media. And then they're supposed to when you buy or sell a home, it's like that one of the biggest decisions and the most expensive transactions you'll have in your entire life. And I'm supposed to entrust someone who puts up dumb pictures of themselves in Las Vegas doing things that they shouldn't. So, I'm not saying that's you, obviously. I know you, and I know you're a classy lady. I'm saying there are people who do that. It blows my mind. So what I want you to think about is, how can you raise the bar in like everything you do? Like when you do an open house, go Facebook Live. When you put the sign in, like I know you don't do it, but when you have the team come in, they post the sign. See if you can be there when they do that to show the action. Do a Facebook Live when you do that. If your clients will do a Facebook Live of a testimonial when you hand them the keys. Do a virtual tour of a Facebook Live. And you should be doing this every single day. And I don't see any realtors or agents in either here in Southern California or Las Vegas doing that. It just blows my mind. If you were to run a Facebook video ad and you spend $500 on production, nothing crazy, but something really heartwarming, like get in the face of the camera, connect, you have a great personality, let that shine, and invite people to talk to you about their real estate questions and ask them to talk to you about representing them for their next transaction, a buy or a sell, or a lease, right? I guess you probably do that as well. Whatever, however you need to language it, spend just $5 a day. And you know, in real estate, they use the term farming. You farm the area, but it used to be like you go hand out flyers and cards and notepads and stuff like that in the neighborhoods. And some people still do that, which is ridiculous. Now you spend $5 a day and hit everyone up on Facebook who is your target market, the demographic, psychographic, and behavior. Did they just move? Are they planning on moving? Are they searching for furniture? Are they, did they just look for a moving truck? You can look at all that psychographic and behavioral marketing data on Facebook to determine who is the right person to market to. And you can do it, just market within like, I don't know, like 15 to 18 miles of your home or your office, wherever that is, and you will crush your competition because they won't do it because they're too freaking lazy. And they just won't do it because they don't think it's possible. They don't know how, and I don't know how to do a video. All right, well, you pass your real estate exam, make a freaking video. It's so simple. Like I literally could go into real estate and make 6 figures in my first year, and I've never sold a home because I know I could outmarket them. They're probably a better real estate agent, but they don't know how to market because they're not willing to do what works because they're so old school. Kimbro, please do this and you will absolutely annihilate your competition. I promise you. Do it right. Talk to me. I'll help you out. Okay. So, and all this is the kind of stuff that's taught you guys in the Online Expert Empire coming out in 2 weeks. All right. So there you go. Gary, loss of self is exactly what started me looking into this subject. Yeah. Loss of self. Okay. Well, going back to the men's topic. Yeah. Men can get caught up in their job and they have demands of the family and a lot of expectations. And like a lot of times the guys don't talk about it because they want to be the tough guy. But the fact is a lot of guys are hurting out there a lot. And that's what's causing a lot of the issues in our society is men being upset, disgruntled, hurt, have a sense of loss and abandonment and solitude. That sounds crazy to people who don't understand that, but that's true. So you doing something like that for men would be awesome. That would be very, very cool. Thank you, Kimbro. Please do this. I promise you it'll work. I promise. Promise. Please do this. Okay. Okay. Chris, are you still offering the Nesta Unlimited courses option? Unrelated, but I'll answer the question. Yes. So if you are a coach or a trainer, a consultant in the health, fitness, wellness, coaching, personal development, professional speaking space, all that stuff, we have a program where you can get 12 certifications for $997. Yes, it's like 80% off the regular price. nestacertified.com/pro, nestacertified.com/pro. I will put the link up there later. Yeah, it's crazy. It's a ridiculous deal. No one else in the industry is doing that because we have so many programs we can offer you a discount. All right, that was a little off topic, but I'm going to answer that. So give me another obscure topic. We just talked about karate, fly fishing, real estate, and men's positive psychology. And all of those things can be turned into a profitable business. Like let's just, someone else is like really into paleo, the paleo diet. People are making millions of dollars a year, millions teaching about paleo. They're making cookbooks. They're making training videos. They're doing workshops. They're actually having the event. There's a paleo summit or something like that. I'm not into that, so I may be getting some of it wrong, but there's like a summit for the paleo lifestyle. It's crazy. So you can do this. Jimmy, you just joined us here. What obscure topic are you interested in, or what is your passion and you'd like to learn how to monetize it online? I will show you how to do that. Okay, so this is really crazy. Let's just say, so this is my notebook for all of my seminars, workshops, masterminds, all this stuff. You can see is incredibly crappy penmanship. Doesn't matter. If you're passionate about this kind of stuff, you can make a website is all about journals and journaling and the importance of journaling and being thoughtful and doing gratitude work and contemplative thought. And you can sell journals and you can sell meditation videos and you can do a Facebook group related to it. You can have meetups, and you can monetize it numerous different ways. You can sell supplements or even create your own white label or private label supplement that would help cognitive function and relaxation, like kava, chamomile, and other things that would help cognitive function, neuro relaxation, but also get more easily into your Zen state for your mindfulness. And you could journal and have a whole website related to that, and have a whole product line. But you need to establish yourself as an expert. So that's part of the training for the Online Expert Empire as well. How do you establish yourself as an authority, an expert, a guru, a key person of influence, someone who should be listened to in that space? There's a process, and it's ongoing. And that's why you see some people and they seem omnipresent. They're everywhere on the internet, and people quote them and they share their content, and they think that their word has more merit than other people. Sometimes it does, and sometimes it doesn't, but a lot of it is because of the work that they have done to establish themselves as an expert over time. One of the most important things you have to do to establish yourself as an authority online is consistency. Consistency. And what I've said too is being relentless, but also strategic. You need to be strategic and relentless. Those of you who have known me for a long time know that I started my business June 1st, 1992. And I was on the internet later in 1992, 93. I can't remember the exact date now. Wish I knew that. But I literally have been promoting my business, myself, my brand since June 1st, 1992, every single day, nonstop. It has never, ever, ever ended. And it won't until I'm 6 feet under. And then other people will sell my stuff and it will go into a trust or something. But it never stops. That's the point. So some of you want to do something and you get really inspired, and then you do it for like a week. And then what happens when you go to the gym for a week? Like, you're gonna get strong for a week, maybe a little bit, might notice some change, might have a little swole, right? And that's it, and then it dissipates. You have to keep going. It's a relentless, ongoing, continual effort to get what you want. And a lot of people just quit because they didn't get the results they want fast enough. And because of that, they stopped. But you have to play the long game while you focus on your daily habits. And remember this, and I learned this from a friend of mine, Naveen Jain, who's a billionaire, self-made billionaire, came to the United States with $10, didn't speak the language. And now he is going to the moon this year. Not him, but his rocket ship is. He owns the company. And he says it's more important what he believes and the questions he asks himself every day when he wakes up, rather than his daily behaviors and rituals. And we got talking about this because people, we're laughing because people ask me that, and people ask him that often. What are your daily rituals? How do you get so much done? How do you do all this stuff? And you definitely have to put the hammer down and move and be productive. There's no question. However, what he said, which I thought was brilliant, he says, you should be asking what I believe when I wake up. What do I believe is possible? What do I believe is important? What do I believe will move the needle forward? Who do I believe I need to speak to? Because it's my beliefs which create my actions. Then my actions help move me towards the results I want and allow me to reach my goals. But it starts with the beliefs I wake up with. But going back to this, if you're journaling and doing thoughtful meditation and gratitude work and stuff like that, that rewires your brain to know what you need to focus on to get what you want. So it goes back to your thoughts. All this stuff, you guys, all this business, you have to have the tactics, you have to have the technology, you have to know all the things we've been talking about. But it goes back to what you believe is possible. I can tell you right now, if you believe that or if you think I'm lying about any of this, and you think I'm full of crap, and you don't think it's possible, then just go away right now, because it won't work. It will never work for you. Never, never. But if you believe it's possible and you're willing to do the work, and you realize there might be some ups and downs, but it's worth the challenge because on the other side, it's awesome, then it can happen, and it likely will happen if you stay the course. But a lot of people just quit, and it just blows my mind. They're so close. There's Uh, I think as my friend Greg Reed had the movie, and it was based on Napoleon Hill. I think it's 3 feet from gold, where someone was basically 3 feet from winning a gold medal, and they stopped or they slowed down or they thought they had it and they stopped and they didn't get the gold. So look that up, because I think I'm messing it up a little bit. But 3 feet from gold. There's a movie and a book related to that. You can't slow down. You can't take your foot off the gas. You have to keep going. And a lot of people don't do that. So, okay, Jen Kronberger, you just came on the call here. Hey, Tony, or the video. It's not a call. God, man, that was old school. That's how long I've been doing this stuff. I used to do this just over the phone. So, Jen, you are a sports psychologist and a very good one. So, and you do very well. I've seen your, didn't you do like TEDx talk too? I mean, I think you did. I mean, that's incredible. That's my goal this year, is to do a TEDx. I've done a TED Med, but I've never done a TEDx, and I would really like to do that. So if you got a connection, throw it out to a brother. But you're a sports psychologist, and so you're teaching, you're doing some coaching, but now it's time for you to make products. It's time for you to make a book. It's time for you to have an online training course. It's time for you to do group coaching. Don't grope anybody. It's time to do group coaching online. All these models can lead to huge paydays. And so that's what I want you to think about. But you need to build your brand. And although you're well respected in what you do, and I know you're good, I haven't seen you focus on building your brand the way I know you can, through consistency. And your name, you need to own your .com. I'll tell you that right now. You guys need to have yourname.com. And if you don't have it, you could do the .co, you could do the .tv or whatever, but make sure that the .com isn't owned by a porn star, because I know that's happened to people before. People go there and like, oh my gosh, I can't work with this person. Terrible. Anyway, that's it for today, you guys. Kyle, thank you for joining late here. If you guys go back to the beginning and watch this, there's a lot of nuggets in there. I want to help you. I know I can help you. I've helped so many people over the years, like thousands and thousands of people who have gone from $50,000 a year to several $1 million a year in revenue. A couple people I'm working with right now are right around the $50,000 a year mark, and by the end of the year they'll be at $100,000 a year, and that's awesome. Think about that. When is the last time that you did something where you could double your income, even if it's from 50 to 100? Because I know a lot of times we talk about these big numbers, like someone's making 10 million or 20 million or whatever. That's awesome, but that is also unusual. It can happen, but it's not as common. It is possible. But what if you're making 50,000 and you can now make 100,000? How would that change your life? And also think about this. If you were to go and earn a master's degree in the hope of bettering your life, first of all, it's going to take 2 years. It's going to cost $50,000, and it's not going to teach you how to make money. It's going to teach you how to do what you do now a little bit better. Shortcut, read 10 books, listen to 10 podcasts, and you have enough knowledge to up-level your skills. Now learn what I'm teaching you so you can make more money and serve more people. And here's another thing. I'll leave with this. Hey, John, how are you? Sometimes people say, but I want to connect with my clients. I see them in person, and I'm making a difference in their lives. I agree, and I understand. So let's just say you work with 3 people a day, 5 days a week, so you're serving 15 people a week. I'm just approximating 15 people a week. Just keep it simple. What if you went online and did things like this? Now, by the time this is done tomorrow, there's going to be about 800 people who will watch this video. So I was able to help 800 people, and I'm sitting in a spare bedroom in my home. And I think many of you will probably invest in the online expert empire. What is more difficult, and who's able to serve more people? I'm still connecting with you. Many of you I know from being in person. I know Kyle very well, and John. We've had many conversations, and Jen, we've spoken many times. Avi, I know you, and Kimbro, we've spent time together. You've had my Adventure Boot Camp. Dave Mazzani is my coach. Leandro is my coach. Tony Melendez is in the Penthouse group. I'm looking through the different people here. You guys, and Giuliano Prado, my other jiu-jitsu coach, unbelievable. Like, all the people who choked me out or punched me in the face are here. That's awesome. So I appreciate you. And so let me talk about this real quick. Hopefully Giuliano's still here. He's unbelievable jiu-jitsu practitioner. I believe he's 4-stripe black belt and a black belt in judo, and a world champion, a Brazilian champion, national champion. He's insanely good. I would like to see him do more educational programs and products so he can make more money as a world-class jiu-jitsu master, professor is technically what they call him when they're at that level, professor. So he doesn't have to be on the mat 8 hours a day. He has 3 successful gyms and other franchises in the space for juice and things like that. In the like Brazilian juice is really, really good. And so they give people the whole Brazilian experience when they go to the gym, then they go next door to get all the Brazilian fresh fruit and smoothies and stuff like that. But you should be making money while you sleep. And a lot of times people say this too. They say, you can't make money in your sleep, and that's not true, and blah, 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 blah. I make up at least half of my money while I sleep. I make money throughout the day because it depends what time of day. Like I get most of my orders from the Middle East, Europe, and India overnight because that's their peak shopping time. And then during the day, it's mostly from the States, and it changes from East Coast to West Coast more. And then I get more orders from Hawaii later in the day because they're also 2 or 3 hours behind California time as well. So it happens throughout the day. So yes, when you do things right, when you set up programs, products, services, coaching, software, create apps, and build your brand as an authority, then you also get opportunities to go and speak and then grow your business offline because of your online expertise as well. So it just creates so many opportunities. Please don't let the thought, it's an inappropriate thought, inaccurate thought, that someone else is already doing it, so I can't make it work. Do you know there's like 2 million personal trainers in the United States? 2 million, something like that, or I forget what it is. It's a lot. There's room for everybody. You know why? Because most people aren't willing to do the work. It's easy to get to the top 2%. You know why? Because people aren't willing to do the work. All you have to do is do the damn work. That's it. And most people quit. They don't think it's possible. They give up. They flake out. They give a half-ass effort. They're not willing to learn what's necessary. And then however, they are proficient at bitching, whining, and complaining. It's incredible. I mean, that skill set is at a very high level. So kudos to you. I'm being facetious. I want you guys to grow with this, and I want you to learn. I want you to have the opportunity to make money while you sleep and while you're awake. So I'll give you one last quick example. Actually, you know what? Let me see. Let me give you 2 quick examples, okay? Can I do that real quick? Show me some love. Can I give you 2 quick examples of when I've been online doing this since '92. I've sold tens of millions of dollars in different programs, products, and services as an expert and as an educator. I had 2 key moments that made me realize how awesome the lifestyle is after you do this, because you're not tied down to someone else's agenda. One was I was on a cruise on the world's largest cruise ship called Oasis of the Seas, Carnival. Was it Carnival? Yeah. It has a central park in the middle. It does. It's insane. In a high dive act on the stern of the ship. It's insane. And I had written a book, and I can't remember which book it was. I've done several books, but I can't remember what the title of this one was. It was several years ago. That's terrible. I don't remember which one it was. And I was just leaving a day at the beach on St. Thomas, and I got back on the ship, and I got the ship's satellite internet. I was using the Wi-Fi on the ship. I was up on the top deck at the pool with my computer, having a cocktail, and I got notification that my book went to #1 on Amazon. I became an Amazon #1 best-selling author after a day at the beach on a tropical island, and then sitting on the top deck of the world's largest cruise ship. That is a true story. I just can't remember what book it was I wrote. Anyway, that was an indication. I thought, holy crap, this stuff works. This is amazing. I don't have to be tied down to a location. I don't have to build someone else's dream. I can do this on my own. This is amazing. It makes me want to share that with other people, because the ability to, like my buddy Peter Parks is an online expert in the internet marketing and advertising space. He does exceptionally well. And he's taken his son around the world on a cruise ship right now. How awesome is that? And now what kind of education do you think his son's going to get? A ridiculously awesome one. He's going to learn every language to some degree, the customs, the standards, the foods, the behaviors, and all the different things associated with all these cool cultures and different ethnicities and food and all the different things. What an incredible global educational experience he's providing his son, but he couldn't do it if he wasn't and noted online authority like you can be with the Online Expert Empire. And so let me go back to my last example here, because I just remembered about 4 years ago, I lived in Barcelona, Spain for a while. And we stayed in a 12th century villa. And the roads were so old, the cobble, that it actually had ruts in it from when the Roman carts would roll through the streets. Awesome. And then they converted it and they upgraded it. The Wi-Fi was mediocre, but what I would do is, like, every day we'd go and take like the subway somewhere, like the furthest stretch of town. And then I'd have my iPhone and just go from restaurant to pub to restaurant, connect to their Wi-Fi, work for 20 minutes, do my stuff. Because this is after the machine is built, right? You have to build the machine. And then I would do that and be getting orders as I'm walking around. I'd walk like 10 miles a day in Barcelona, just sightseeing, taking pictures and stuff like that. And by the way, I was studying different martial arts there and doing research, and there was different business meetings, stuff like that. So the whole trip was a write-off, and I got to live there for a very low cost while I did business. But I couldn't do that if I had to do what I do in a fixed geographic specific location that held me down and back. And so that was another moment I thought, oh my gosh, this is awesome. Now, those people who do that and do that on a continual basis, the term they use to describe themselves is location independent. They experience location independence. Sometimes they call themselves backpack entrepreneurs or digital nomads. You may have heard some or all of those terms. So you can choose to do that if you like, once you build the Online Expert Empire. I have an acquaintance named Lewis who's been doing that for like 10 years. I have another buddy of mine who does it, and he's living in Thailand, and he has no intentions of coming back to the United States because he can live over there for like $50 a day and live like a king and get a massage every day. Pretty awesome. So, but you can do that once you build this stuff. So you make money in US dollars in this case. You hire people in India and the Philippines, and they can help manage it for you. You don't have to. This is just an option. And they get paid well because their cost of living is less. And then you live in Thailand, which costs even less, but you're earning in US dollars. Does that make sense? So that's called arbitrage. So there's a lot of different ways of going about that. That is one methodology. I'm not subscribing to that one in particular. I just want to let you know that some people do that, and you can as well. So that's it. I keep saying I'm going to be done, and I keep wanting to share one more thing with you guys. I hope this was insightful and fun and interesting. The Online Expert Empire comes out soon. It will teach you how to turn your passion, whatever you have a passion for, whatever you have skills for, into something purposeful and then for profit as well. Yes, Tony. Yeah, and I'm going to see you in Vegas. Tony is in the Penthouse group, and we're having our 2-day intensive mastermind at the Penthouse about 10 days from now. It's going to be fun. I'm heading out soon. All right, you guys. Peace. You can do this, and I will help you, okay? Enjoy your day.